welcome to another edition of the Balking Dead. I'm still your host, Sharpie's Bets, and this show is still sponsored by Prize Picks. So do us a favor if you haven't already. Go on over to Prize Picks. Your first match deposit up to $100. They got you. So do us a favor, do you a favor, and use that promo code Pub Sports. Shout out to all the fucking chat. Smash the like on the way in. If you're in Twitter world, hit the link. This video will end shortly. And we coming in on back-to-back days, not losing on K props. But we kind of used to that over in these parts. If you ain't used to that, you watching the wrong fucking show, because we all about winning money over here, baby. Shout out to the guys who did play Josiah Gray this morning. Once again, the write-up on him was exact as I thought. They would take his ass out to dinner, but yet he'd still get his money. So at the end of the day, the dude did hit his K props and he got lit up. And that's the story of Josiah Gray at home this year. We talk about 4 games on this show every fucking day. No sleep for the fucking wicked, guys. So shout out to you guys. Hit the share, hit the retweet, and let's get this show growing and becoming what it already fucking is. It is the best MLB prop show on the fucking market, guys. At the end of the fucking day, we win fucking money over here. So let's get to it. First game up starts in a little bit, about hour and a half, about an hour now. So let's talk about it while we can. D-backs and Giants. We got Zach Gallen versus a bullpen day for the Giants, with Sam Long supposed to be eating up the bulk innings of relief. Zach Gallen is 4-2 with a 3.62 ERA in 16 games. Same home road splits. He's pretty much the same K per 9 splits wise also. He averages 8.7 strikeouts per 9 versus lefties or righties, but he does average 1 strikeout per 9 better at home than on the road. So we do have him on the road where he averages pretty much 8.7 Ks versus lefty or righties, but it does drop down on the road where he is at here per 9. So take that into effect. He hasn't played the Giants this year. He did play the Giants 4 times last year. He got smashed the first game, and 10 days later, he got smashed again. Then later on a back-to-back where he gave up 3+5 runs, but he did have 6 and 7 strikeouts. So this team last year cracked Zach Gallen. Now, is Zach Gallen the same pitcher as last year? No. But that's enough right there to tell me just to kick back and see. Even though I do think he hits his K props, once again, thinking doesn't get you places. At the end of the day, thinking don't pay the bills. So I'd rather watch the game and learn, and hopefully he has fucking figured something out versus this team. He is an elite pitcher, guys, at the end of the day. But he is not looking for the strikeout, and he has said that numerous of times. A ground ball keeps him in the game longer at the end of the day, guys. When you're not looking for the punch-outs and you're just weak contact, that's the type of game Zach Gallen wants. Now, if the strikeouts come with it, fucking sweet. But he is running up against the team where the numbers say strikeout-wise, I think he gets it just by being out there so fucking long. They're striking out 23.6% of the time. They're walking 11% of the time, which is really good. 196 average and a 602 OPS. That's 29th average, 27th OPS, and a 116 ISO. I drop it back to the month. Those were their 15 days. They were bad too, and they've just gotten worse over the last 15 days. So this is a spot where Zach Gallen should go out and shove. The only thing keeping me off of him is the prior history to last year of what the Giants did to him. So they have his K prop 6+ at +118. Prize Picks is at 5 at -209, and his fantasy score is at 30.5. That's where I would look to attack it personally. This team isn't hitting, and he gets one of the better ballparks to pitch in. Yes, it is during the day. I would rather pitch at nighttime in San Francisco. The ball does tend to fly out a little more during the day, and you'll see lots of boats out there to collect the balls if they hang one over the plate. Then we're going to talk about Giants pin, and they suck dick at the end of the day. Over the last 30 days, they're 24th with a 4.26 ERA. Over the last 15 days, they're 26th with a 5.36. And they're going to pitch the game today? Okay, well, how's Arizona versus righties and lefties? Well, versus righties, they're walking 11.5%. They're not striking out, hitting 252 with a 743 ISO and a 153. a 743 OPS, and a 153 ISO. Versus lefties, they're not walking 5.4%, but they're still not striking out 20.7, and they're hitting even better than righties, 271 average with a 748 and an ISO of 165. Now, why did I just read you off both? Oh, fucking Sharpie, the bullpen day, you fucking jackass. Why'd you tell me this? And da, da, da. Because Sam Long is supposed to eat up the bulk. Sam Long is a lefty. So Sam Long hasn't pitched more than 3 innings and this year, and I expect no more than 3 innings today, but you've got to expect at least everybody to see a lefty one time. So bullpen's been bad. Sam Long's nothing to write home about. So this to me it's Zach Gallen. It's an Arizona spot or it's an over spot. If you trust Zach Gallen today, then it's an Arizona spot. If you don't, then it's an over spot. So I'm going to stay off it personally. Diamondbacks bullpen is fucking trash over the last 30 days. 4.18 ERA, 21st in the league. So I don't hate it, guys. At the end of the day, if you want to run a Gallen K prop, I get it. But I gave you my reason why I'm off of it. Hitting props, guys, the only one to even really mention is Mike Yastrzemski versus Gallen. He has 16 plate appearances, 14 at-bats. He has 4 strikeouts and 2 walks in those 16 plate appearances. He has 6 hits, but if you look deeper into it, only fucking 4 singles and 2 extra base hits, and the kid is ice fucking cold over the last month. They've dropped him from the top 2 spot down to the 8-9 spot. So I can't put my money on Mike Yastrzemski, even though you're going to open up and look at the stats and be like, oh, this guy owns him. Yeah, you're right, but this guy fucking been sucking dick under a bridge for milk money and is lactose intolerant. So I can't bet on that. And the best Arizona bat at the end of the day is Ketel Marte, guys. So over 1.5 would be a great spot for him. You're going to attack this weak bullpen and get multiple shots at least 2 shots, preferably versus Long. I like me some Ketel Marte. Shout out to Diehard MMA, the first one in the fucking chat. Ketel Marte is motherfucking guy, guys. So he's from Arizona, and he likes to bet on his Arizona guys. And Ketel Marte, since the mid-month of May, has pretty much been bet on, and I can't hate anybody looking that way. Let's talk about a game that I'm sure a lot of y'all tuned into. Shout out to the chat, 30 live, 20 likes. Smash the fucking like, hit the share, hit the retweet. We've been getting 50 plus every motherfucking day. Let's keep it going. Pirates and Marlins. JT Brubaker at Pablo Lopez. JT Brubaker, 2-8 with a 4.34 ERA in 17 games. He has the same home road split since May 1st. He has only given up more than 3 earned runs one time. Okay. And he hasn't seen the Marlins this year, and he's never seen the Marlins in his history of fucking baseball. Advantage Brubaker. Now let's talk about these Marlins numbers. Over the last 15 days, they are 26th in walk percentage at 6.3. 23.2 strikeout percentage. That's a top 10. 216 average, 594 OPS, and an ISO of 121. That's a 211 average. 211 average. We ain't talking about the fucking malt liquor right now either, guys. And no bueno. 594 OPS. Bottom fucking 2-3 every fucking category hitting wise right now. And I'm not on Brubaker personally, but I endorse some Brubaker. If you are wanting to play him and wanted me to like pass you on the back or needed some help, I get it if you want it. 5+ at -21 is super live to me today. It's at 4.5 on Prize Picks, and his fantasy score is at 25.5. I'm gonna attack his fantasy score personally. He's going up against a team he hasn't ever fucking seen. He's got a beautiful pitching ballpark to pitch in, and taking the fact that this team just ain't hitting fucking anything right now, I think I get a quality start from this guy. And yeah, I mean, call me fucking crazy, but a quality start, 3 earned runs or less. And I really think it's more like 2 earned runs or less. So definitely looking at me some J2 Brubaker on the sidewise later on today. Pablo Lopez, 6-4 with a 2.91 ERA in 17 games. He has a home 2.41 and a road 3.26. 3.26 is still fucking great. And I'm not going to really pay too much attention to it because he has played 3 more games on the road than at home. So, of course, it hasn't adjusted. If I read you home road splits in this show, it's because they played it close to the same games. Otherwise, I will mention it. So, let's get fucking to it. We've said it a million fucking times on this show, guys. And it might get old, but It might get old, but at the end of the fucking day, it is what it is. He needs to get through the first inning. This kid's first inning ERA is 5+. He doesn't have anything higher than a 3.3 through elsewise through his first 5 innings. And then he runs into problems the third time through the lineup where his ERA goes to a 5.6. So first inning, third time through the lineup, Pablo Lopez seems to be having problems. Well, is he getting a gift from the gods today? He might be, guys. He might be. And I mean this one by this could be a Sandy Alcantara spot where, Sandy Alcantara went 9 innings and didn't hit our K-prop. This is one of those spots, guys. Now, should Pablo Lopez hit his K-prop today? I would guess. I bet you a lot of people are wanting to play him versus the Pirates, and I get it. But I've learned to stay off in certain situations, guys, and I learned to stay off on certain people. And when I break down the math on Pablo Lopez, he strikes lefties out 7 Ks per 9 innings and righties 10.2 per 9 innings. He does strike out a strikeout more per at home than on the road, and that's a 9.43 K per 9 at home. So pretty much by the numbers, he's got to go 9 innings to get 9 strikeouts. Okay, it's not that easy. It's okay, let's talk a little deeper then. Well, he's going up against a team walking 8.6, 11th in the league. They are striking out top 3, and that's maybe why they bumped his number up. 25.3 K percentage, and they're not hitting the ball. 225 average, 731 OPS, and a 210 ISO. That ISO though. When they are hitting the ball, guys, it's going out the fucking park. It's all power or nothing with these guys, and it's a whole lot of swing and misses going on, and that's why I get it. But let me tell you why I'm going to stay off of him. Projected lineups from the Pirates is 6 left-handed bats and 3 right-handed bats. I just told you he strikes out 7 lefties per 9 innings. And if they're going to dominantly load this team up with left-handed bats, this could be a tough day for Pablo Lopez strikeout-wise. And that's why I am going to stay off of him, is because I know these Pirates and how they load their lineups. And I've been picking on him when I can. And I'm not going to say he doesn't get it today. I'm not playing the under. But there's enough there to tell me to stay off of it. Pirates pinned 29th with a 5.61 ERA over the last 30 days. Just fucking garbage. Marlins pin is 18th with a 3.77 ERA. And they've been turning it on. And this is over the last 30 days. And the Marlins are 18th. And if you actually drop it down to 3 weeks, they're actually even better. So I like to graph shit out. Hitting, pitching. I like to see when a team is either playing the same and going up. I don't want to see people going down at the end of the day. And I'm a visual person. So once I write it out and I see and I graph shit, it's like, okay, this guy's bet on right now. This guy's not bet on right now. Whoa. Wappa, wappa, whoa. Well, if you don't want to be wappa, wappa, boom, and wappa, wappa, whoa, you need to go on over and hit up this email that my guy's going to pull up and get your motherfucking brand, your company on my motherfucking show. So stop fucking bullshitting. We need some more sponsors on here, guys. So go hit up the fucking boss, man. And if you got a business, let's do some business. So let's get to it. And yeah, money to be made. So that's my reasoning why I'm going to be out Pablo Lopez. Do I think he's out there 6 to 8 innings? Yes. I just think it's a struggle to hit his 6+ Ks. And to me, now they got him at 7+ -114. His 6 is at -251, and his fantasy score is 38.5, guys. Like 7+ strikeouts? Nah, not for me, guys. Not when they're going to load 6 left-handed bats up into this lineup, guys. Now, I'm not going to bet his under because I do expect him to be out there a long time. I'm not on any hitting props, but the one guy that I got to talk about or tell you to, or at least look at if you're playing DraftKings today, FanDuel, whatever, O'Neal Cruz is that guy you do want in the motherfucking lineup, guys. This guy doesn't hit lefties. He can't hit lefties for the life of him. Well, guess what? Pablo Lopez is a goddamn righty. This guy, all of his home runs are from the right-handed side. He's got fucking speed to steal you bases. He can get you extra points multiple fucking ways. He can get an infield single with that speed. Once again, I will preach O'Neal Cruz on this show. He's got the fastest ball thrown on the infield this year at 98 miles per hour. He runs faster than Tyreek Hill in the NFL. He's a legit 5-tool star player, and he's just got to learn how to hit major league pitching. This guy was traded from the Dodgers for Tony Gonsolin, and Tony Gonsolin's pitching today too. So Signs are signs, guys. You know, signs are signs. If Gonsolin's going to pitch and the guy he was trading for is going today, maybe you should play him. Maybe you shouldn't. But I believe in fucking signs, and we'll talk about a sign into this next game because it brings up my birthday. And when I see my birthday, I'm like, hey, I got to pay attention to it. And even though the sign last night, my cat came up to me. Shout out to Tone. That's what just brought it up. Shout out to my guy. And my cat just came up to me. And my cat's name's Trout. So I was like, oh, I got to bet my Trout tonight. I'm going to take him 6+ bases. Whop, whop, a boo, bap. And I got boom. All signs don't mean shit, bro, at the end of the day, guys. So sometimes I'm just a little smoked out. Most of the times I'm just a little smoked out. So shout out to the fucking chat. You guys rock. Of course, we got 50+. That's the new fucking minimum these days. So can't wait till we're 100 live and we're breaking fucking barriers. Here is a play that I want to play, but I need to see lineups at the end of the day. We've got White Sox and Guardians, and it sure as fuck ain't Paul Quantrill. It would be my guy and your guy, Lucas Giolito. 5-5 with a 5.05 ERA in 15 games. He does have a home 5.3 ERA and a road 4.86. Pretty much trash ERA-wise, but guess what? This is a prop show, and once again, K's don't always correlate with how a guy gives up runs or earned runs and all that. At the end of the day, a guy can get blasted and still have his strikeouts, or a guy can have a great game and not have his strikeouts. It doesn't really correlate. That's why it's two different caps, and it's really is two different fucking caps. So, yeah, let's talk about some Giolito K props, though. He played 3 or more games. Okay, Mike. Flat out. I'm gonna whoa. Gotta do this again. Lucas Giolito, 5-5 with a 5.05 ERA in 15 games. Like I said about his home road splits, both have been bad, over a 4.86. But yeah, we're not here to talk about ERA. He does walk a fuck ton of people, guys. And that's not good at the end of the day, but it is good when you're betting K props. Why? Because Lucas Giolito is literally trying to strike everybody out. That's what he's trying to do. He's not trying to get ground balls. He's not that type of pitcher. He is going up there and will run counts up to a lot of full counts and shit, and he'll walk a lot of people, guys, because he is trying to strike you out. He is not trying to get the ball put on play. Look what happens when the ball gets put on play versus Lucas Giolito. So he does have 27 walks in 82 innings. That's kind of absurd, but he has 97 strikeouts in those 82 innings. So once again, those walks correlate with those strikeouts because he is trying to put away every fucking batter he sees. When I do the math on this guy, left-handers, he's fucking dominates the left-handed side, and that's weird. When you got a right-handed pitcher, usually they dominate the right-handed side or they are equal. Like some people are lineup proof, and we'll talk about lineup proof in the next game with Ohtani. But Lucas Giolito here dominates the lefty as a right-handed side. He's striking out 13.62 Ks per 9 compared to an 8.59 K per 9 versus righties. That shit just don't add up. And then at home, he has a 9.71 K per 9, while on the road goes up 2 Ks to an 11.51 K per 9. So, whoa, Sharpie. You're telling me versus lefties, 13.62 K per 9, and on the road, 11.51. Lucas Giolito's on the road here. He's in Cleveland, and he's going up against a projected lineup of 5 lefties and 4 righties. So I'm waiting for their lineup to come out. If this is more lefties than righties, Lucas Giolito is going to have to be a play today. Like, I got 3 going already today, maybe 4, and this would have to be the 5th. So maybe I'm going to have to buckle down and have to bump it up one more. If I get 6 lefties, it's a must play. 5 lefties is what's projected, and I still think he gets his fucking K prop. He played them in Chicago May 10th, 7 innings, 6 hits with 5 strikeouts. 3 games last year, not being a back-to-back. He had 8 strikeouts, and 6 Ks. All hitting his K prop that they're putting up right now, and it's 6+ minus 108. 5.5 on Price Picks, and his fantasy scores at 32.5. When I run their numbers up from May 10th to their numbers now, and I go 200 plate appearances back from both spots, they're pretty much the same fucking team, just a little worse. in certain spots. They were walking 9.2%. They're now walking 8.6. Strikeout numbers dead ass the same. They don't strike out. 17.4 to a 17.1. 264 to a 254 average and a 730 to a 704 OPS. So they're pretty much the same fucking team that he ran into last time. This guy strikes out lefties more, so if he's out there 5 innings, he should hit his 6 Ks at the end of the day just by having a predominant lefty lineup out there. So he has 6+ strikeouts in 3 of the 4 games, dating back to last year, not being a back-to-back. So he pitches well versus this team, and he strikeouts 2 people more on the road per inning than he does at home, and we got him on the road. So a lot of signs pointing towards Lucas Giolito today. On the other side, it's Cal Quantrill, and we ain't looking at that, guys. 2-5 with a 6.28 ERA in 11 games. He has some drastic splits: a home 4.85 ERA and a road 7.67. Damn, he's bad at home, but he fucking can't hold the mud on the road, guys, and that's just no bueno. He hasn't been as bad though as the numbers, but still bad. He has gone more than 6 innings 3 times this year. Only fucking 3 times out of 11 games has he gone 6 innings or more. Like, what the fuck? Okay, but the last 2 games are 2 of those 3 games. So he is starting to go a little deeper in the games. He hasn't played the Sox this year, but he did play them last year. 3 times. 2 of them, his last 2 games he played. Oh, fucking bad numbers. I got terrible handwriting. So he hasn't gone more than 6 innings. He hasn't played them this year, but he did play them last year. 1.2 innings, 7 hits, 7 earned runs with 3 strikeouts. Good fucking God. Good fucking God. Cal Quantrill hasn't been good, and now he's going up against a team who fucking just destroyed him and his family. Well, how are the White Sox over the last 15 days? They're not walking 5.4%, 29th in the league. They're striking out middle of the pack at a 22%. Their average in OPS, though, is top 10 average and middle of the pack OPS. So they're getting on base. They're not just really hitting for power. They hit lefties better than they do hit righties. I think this is a spot for the Chicago bats, guys. At the end of the day, I think Cal Quantrill is going to get the shit pounded in him. And they got their bats going a little bit yesterday. Yes, it was a lefty, but there's some guys with some really good numbers versus Cal Quantrill. And we're going to talk about the one prop I bet in this game. His K prop is 5+ at +104. On price, it's at a 4 at -213. And his fantasy scores a 24.5. Bullpen-wise, there's a drastic difference over the last 30 days. White Sox are 8th with a 3.20, which is crazy to say because a lot of people are going to bash that Sox bullpen. And the Cleveland pin is 27th over the last 30 days with a 5.46 ERA. So I think they get the Cal Quantrill, and they're going to get a fucking shitty-ass bullpen at that. So if you're looking at some White Sox bats, it's more than just the pitcher you want to attack. You also want to attack that bullpen. No run first inning is at a -115. And the one guy that I have to, Tim Anderson's 2+ bases. I can't believe it's +106. I thought it was going to be like -130, and I would have bet it there too. Tim Anderson versus fucking 17 plate appearances, 7 hits, 5 extra base hits with 2 doubles, 3 home runs. Best part, 0 fucking walks. What? Yeah, bro. Give me some Tim fucking Anderson, please and fucking thank you. And oh, you're right. It is Savali. Shout out to the fucking chat. These are the numbers for Savali. I wrote Cal Quantrill, bro, because I got high, and I don't know why I got high. So a shout out to the chat. I can be dumb at times, and you just got Sharpie at a dumb time. There you go. Slap me in my good cheek. So everything I did read was on Quantrill. Not Quantrill, it was on Savali. The numbers, it's Tim Anderson versus Savali. 17 plate appearances, 7 hits. 7 of those hits are 5 extra base hits with 2 doubles and 3 bombs. He hasn't fucking walked in 17 plate appearances, and that's the fucking thing I love when I get over 15 plate appearances. This guy's looking to swing the bat, and he punishes him when he does swing the bat. His 2+ bases was at +106. And I'm on some goddamn Tim Anderson. Sorry, Bao. Those were the numbers on Savali. the 2-5 with the 6.28. All the numbers I read out were on Savali, except for the first name. I don't know why I wrote Paul Quantrill. Sorry. My bad. Life's a bitch, then you marry one. But now we get to talk where I got a K-prop bet. And where I might want to bet another one. It all depends on the lineup. So, shout out to the fucking chat. Y'all fucking rock, guys. At the end of the day, I'm a fucking human too. And I ain't fucking perfect. Jesus Cristo is, but I ain't. Astros and Angels. Christian Javier versus Shohei Ohtani. Showtime! And if you want to be on this fucking show, we got space like I was saying earlier, guys. Come on now. If you got a company out there, your homie's got a company out there, let's get your brand with my brand. Let's get it all over Pub Sports, guys. Let's fucking start sponsoring the hottest MLB prop show out, guys. At the end of the day, this shit will be over 100 motherfucking live at the end of the year. 200 motherfucking live next year. So get on while you can before the price starts going up. So let's talk about this best game on the fucking board. Why do I say it's the best game? Because it's the two best pitching it's the best pitching matchup. And let's talk Christian Javier and Showtime. Javier 6-4 with a 3.01 ERA. 102 strikeouts and only 74.2 innings of work. He has 34 Ks in his last 3 games, only 19 innings of work. And one of those games was versus these Angels 12 days ago, July 1st, in Houston. 7 innings, 1 hit, 1 run with 14 fucking strikeouts. God damn. He pitched 3.2 innings of long relief versus these Angels on 420, 3 hits, 0 earned run, 4 Ks. Now it's math time. Let's get into math. Versus lefties, he's only striking out 9.87 K per 9, while righties, it's 15 plus K per 9. At home and road, they're pretty much the fucking same. It's a 12.3 K per 9. So we're getting the same guy home and road. It's just the fact of this guy super dominates righties. And pretty good versus lefties. 10 Ks per 9 is not a bad versus lefties, guys, at the end of the day. You just think it would be a little... And I actually would think it'd be a little worse, guys. So some people only strike out righties. This guy does a little bit of both, but dominates the right-handed side. They have his K-prop 8 plus at plus 110. Prize Picks is at a 7 minus 186, and his fantasy score is 36.5. When I run these numbers up from July 1st to today, and we know the Angels have been bad, they're actually fucking worse. They were walking 8%. Now they're only walking 7%. They were striking out 27.1. Now they're striking out 30.5. Their average went from a 226 to a 180. And their OPS went from a 687 to a 547. And their ISO went from a 173 to a 115. That's in 12 fucking days. They've gotten that much fucking worse. Yes, Christian Javier might have had a little bit to do with it. Yes, all the match. But at the end of the day, this team is pick-onable. Now, did Garcia hit his K-prop yesterday? Yes, he did. But he was in trouble multiple times and almost fucking got yanked in the first inning, guys. There was a lot of volatility there, and he hit it. And when I look at this shit, projected lineup has 5 righties and 4 lefties. So I'm like, okay, if you give me 5 fucking righties, I got to play this. Then I look at the July 1st lineup. This guy got 4, or how many did he get? 14 strikeouts? They had 6 lefties in that lineup and 3 righties. That would have been enough to keep me off. And I look at their lineup. They have the projections. Like, if they really want to do, they could run 7 lefties. They have some switch hitters, and their second catcher is a lefty. So if Stassi's not playing, they have the ability to run 7 lefties. But they tried to run 6 versus him 2 weeks ago, and it didn't work. So maybe they try to go right-handed dominant today, and we get really lucky. So projections, I'm gonna have to wait on lineups. I don't have no history with Javier on how he pitches on a 2 in 2 games, seeing each other. Usually, I don't like to play a pitcher, guys. At the end of the day, if you're seeing a guy within a back-to-back or a 2-week period, it's hard to get them strikeouts, especially if you got 14 the last time. Why is it hard? Because these are professional fucking hitters, and they're going to be looking to swing first pitch and put the ball on fucking play. At the end of the day, that's what they're like. They're just like, fuck it. We're not striking out 14 times versus this guy again. I mean, we had only 1 hit. What's it going to do if we only get 1 hit? At least we're not striking out. They're gonna come up with a whole different mentality to attack Javier. Now, can he adapt? That's the question. And I don't have nothing in his shit as a starter where he can show me that he can adapt to a team within a 2-week period when they just seen you and struck out that many fucking times. But if you are on him, I don't fucking hate it. It is the Angels, and he's dominated them. But there's some math that tells me I need to see the lineup. And there's also something in my gut that's bobbling, telling me that these Angels are just going to swing first pitch, whether they get on base or not. And I've seen it just happen too many times at the end of the day when I run, the end of the day. So let's talk about Showtime. I talked about how I am on 1K prop. I am on Shohei. I am on Showtime in this game. And I'm leaning towards the Javier. I'm leaning towards Giolito. I'm definitely going to have to get some lineups in before I pull the triggers. But it is what it is. And let's talk about why I'm on Ohtani. 8-4 with a 2.44 ERA, 111 strikeouts and 81s. He has a 2.81 innings, 2.13 home ERA, and a 2.79 road ERA. It's just been a fucking beast any which way you want to look at it. And I know a lot of people, Alek Manoah, McClanahan, Verlander for Cy Young. Stop leaving this fool out. If he can win a fucking MVP, they won't give this fool the Cy Young if he's anywhere in the top 3. Like, you got to realize it's kind of like betting other sports. I'm going to take UFC in, for example. There's always an A and a B side to this. Who can get the company more money? Shohei Ohtani is the A side to any other pitcher you put up to him. He is the most marketable person in baseball because he gets Japanese and he gets Americans, guys. At the end of the day, you've got 2 markets to attack, and this is what the MLB thinks. Markets, money. So any fucking time he is in a conversation, they're going to give it to the guy who can pull in more money for the company. So if the fight goes to a decision, like I was talking about UFC, they're going to give it to the guy who could pull the company. It's a business, guys, at the end of the day. I don't, it's a robbery. No, it's a business. These are businesses, guys. Let's remember, guys, if they're not fucking getting their wallet book fucking bigger, they don't fucking care. They only care about their wallet book. At the end of the day, only don't fucking care about anything other than dollar signs, okay? Please remember that. All right. Shohei. Now when I get into the math, let's talk math time. Versus lefties, a nice 11.8K per 9. Versus righties, an even better 13K per 9. Home roads, same exact 12.45K per 9. This guy's a dominant pitch. Strikeouts. One game last year, he got the living dog shit pounded out of him. When I run these numbers up from 420 to now, it is a little scary. The Astros are beating the shit out of the baseball, okay? Back then, they were in a few weeks, and that's what I'm going to bank on too. Good pitching beats good hitting. Ohtani over the last 3 games, do you know what his ERA is, guys? I'm going to let you ponder that for about 30 seconds. Okay, not 30 seconds. It's a fucking 0. It's a goose egg. The guy hasn't allowed a run in 3 fucking games, guys. This guy is on fire and elite. He's bet on. Give me some motherfucking Ohtani. They have his K prop at 6.5 minus 164, and his 7 is only at I think it's at a minus 108 or minus 107, 7.5. I don't hate the 7.5. I split the bet up both ways, but I'm kicking myself for betting that minus 164 and the 7.5 because my opinion on this is he's either going to have 9 strikeouts or he's going to get the shit beat out of him and out of the game in 3 innings. So why did I bet the juice? And that came in after I made the fucking bet. And on my book, you can't hit the refund button. So I'm just being honest with my bet. I split up the bet. I took him at 6.5 minus 164. I took him at 7.5. I think it was minus 108. And I should have just took the minus 108 because I think he either has 9 plus or he gets the shit kicked out of him. And I shouldn't be paying that type of fucking juice when I think it's the 9 plus. But in my head, I was like 7. I jizzed all over that 7, so might come back to kick me in the balls. So my recommendation is the 7.5, the non-juice part. And like I said, we're either going to enjoy a nice, beautiful, dominant performance from Shohei Ohtani, or we're going to fucking see fucking firecrackers go off and this guy get ran from the game. But I think good pitching beats good hitting. Where I said that last night with Thor. Thor hasn't been good the last few weeks. When I went back and looked back at him, I was like, oh, he ain't been that good. Where Ohtani has been elite. So give me the best pitcher in baseball over the last 3 weeks, please and fucking thank you. Both bullpens. Angels bullpen has gotten better though over the last 30 days. They are 16th with a 3.77 ERA, where the Astros is just fucking magnificent with a 2.54 ERA third. No run first inning is at a minus 130. And I didn't look at no props, guys. There are some Astros who do have some good numbers off of Ohtani, but there's not more than 10 at bats. The one who does have more than 10 at bats and has some good numbers is Altuve. And speaking of Altuve, guys, it's crazy. Like I got a stolen base prop last night at plus 450. Like I thought it was a joke, and I didn't hit the other one. So I mean, I did make some money. I was profitable, but I bet 4 of them, and they hit a plus 450. Cool. I bet 2 plus 700s, but I put less money, so I did. I was profitable. It's the only time I've lost money betting stolen base props is the Miami game versus and they didn't offer Jesus Aguilar because I would have took him because the plus money on that would have been stupid. But yeah, shout out to Altuve. That was a fucking joke putting that guy's stolen base prop at that high. All you got to do is get on base versus fucking Syndergaard, and you can walk the second. So easy money. He stole 2 bases, and yeah, shout out to you guys who jumped on it or at least got into some type of action. If you got that Michievous or whatever the fuck you want to say his name. He was probably plus 700 to 1,000. They weren't offering him. I was throwing shit across the room when he stole a base like, I would have took him. But it is what it is. Life's a bitch, then you marry one. So I'm going to stay off hitting prop wise. I lean both K props. I am on Ohtani. I haven't pulled the trigger on Javier. Waiting to see the lineups right there. But yeah, so let's talk some fantasy real quick. Let's talk about what y'all came for. Shout out to the chat, my fucking guys, JPZ, Nasty Motherfucking Nate. Let's get it. Sarah Long, hi. Hi, Mr. No, Mrs. Big Show. See, I'm stoned sometimes, but I was about to call you Mr. Sarah Long, Big Show. Sorry. But shout out to Sarah and Big Show. They getting married soon, and I need to become an ordained minister. Wouldn't that be fucking cool? Sharpie, the minister. But yeah, shout out to you guys. Y'all came in here for what? Y'all came for some plays. So let's talk about what we're doing for prize picks. We went 2-0 yesterday on prize picks because they did scratch the Josiah Gray. But let's talk about why we're going to go 3-0 today. Tim fucking Anderson owns Savali, guys. At the end of the day, this guy's going to fucking pull his cheeks back. He's not going to use Vaseline, and he's going to fucking take it to town on Savali. In 17 plate appearances, he's got 7 hits, 5 extra base hits with 2 doubles and 3 home runs. The best fucking part, in those 17 plate appearances, he has 0 fucking walks. The guy ain't looking to walk versus this guy. He's looking to punish him, and he's punishing him at a high rate right now. So give me some Tim Anderson, please and thank you. And let's take in the fact that over the last 30 days, this Cleveland bullpen is 27th in the league. White Sox are on the road and will have all 9 at bats. This guy will get us 8 fantasy points. Easy. I did bet his over 1.5 bases. That was at plus money, but I see multiple ways of cashing the fantasy score. So that's the way we're going to attack it there. And then we're going to go to old JT Brubaker, guys. Like at the end of the day, I think he's in for a really solid matchup right now. He's going up against a team struggling. They're not hitting the ball. They're striking out top 10. They're not walking. I think he has a quality start in him. He's only given up 3 earned runs, or he's only given up more than 3 earned runs one time since May 1st. He's never pitched versus the Marlins in his life, and he's at one of the better pitching ballparks in baseball. So JT Brubaker, guys, he's going to go out and give us a quality start. We don't even need the win. Just 6 innings, less 3 earned runs or less. We're cashing. And Ohtani at 7, guys, that's minus 164 on the books. I'm not really tripping on the juice. Like I said, if we're going to bet it, it's my dirty K that I'm giving out on here. I'm telling you to take the 7.5 at the minus 108. Don't take the juice. He's either going to get it, he's going to get 9+, or he's going to get taken to the woodshed and out of the game before the 5th inning. So it'll be really easy to tell. It'll either be a nice, easy casher, like 3 out of the 4 games have been versus the Astros with him, or it's going to be a taken to the woodshed. And I beg to differ with the second one. So give me some Shohei, some Showtime. If you haven't already, guys, go on over to Prize Picks. Use promo code PubSports. Not just Prize Picks, the one my guy just showed you to, mybookie.ag. Same promo code PubSports. Your first match deposit on Prize Picks, they're going to match deposit up to $100. And your first match deposit with mybookie.ag, it's a minimum $100 deposit with a maximum $1,000, and they're going to give you a 50% match deposit on cash and a 100% match deposit on Bitcoin. So one stack gets you two back with Bitcoin, as my boy Nicky Fish Tanks would say. And yeah, use that promo code, guys. I appreciate all the likes, appreciate all the shares, but using that promo code is like 1,000 motherfucking like button, guys. So one time when y'all are up from our plays, go use that promo code, and thank you. That's all I can say, really. At the bottom of my heart, we appreciate everything you guys do. I'm going to keep giving you guys fucking winners. And until next time, let's keep the fucking streak going, guys. We're not letting these bookies have a day off. No, sirree, Bobski.